Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago Bears fans. Let's get to the news all right. Bears fans, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could really shake up the NFC North, and not just for this season, but for years to come. Rumor has it that the Las Vegas Raiders, who had a disastrous 3-13 campaign in 2025, are seriously considering a blockbuster trade that could send Max Crosby, one of the league's most relentless pass rushers, to our Chicago Bears. And let me tell you, if this happens, it could mark a turning point for the Bears' defense and their overall trajectory toward a Super Bowl. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would the Raiders, who are clearly in rebuild mode, want to trade Crosby? Well, sources close to the team indicate that after a rough season, the Raiders are looking to shed some cap space and rebuild around their young quarterback. They're sitting on a hefty cap hit of $35 million for Crosby in 2026, and with an offseason focused on acquiring draft capital and fixing their offensive line, trading Crosby makes a lot of sense. The Raiders are reportedly willing to ship him out in exchange for a first-round pick in 2026 and a third-round pick in 2027. That's a significant haul, and it's a move that could free up around $26 million in cap space, enough to make some bold moves in free agency or to bolster their offensive line with some much-needed upgrades. But for us Bears fans, this isn't just about cap space. This is about securing a game-changing talent on the defensive front. Max Crosby, who's only 29 years old, is a freak. Over his career, he's amassed 80 sacks, 360 tackles, and 18 forced fumbles in just 110 games. His PFF grade of 93.0 for his career speaks volumes about his consistency and dominance. In 2025, he put up 18 sacks, 32 tackles for loss, 45 QB hits, and a 30% pressure rate, all while avoiding major injuries. He's a player who elevates any defense he's part of, much like Khalil Mack did when he was in his prime. Crosby's ability to disrupt the passing game and stop the run makes him a perfect fit for a Bears team that desperately needs to strengthen its pass rush. You see, Chicago's defense in 2025 was a far cry from the dominant unit we saw in 2022. They allowed 26.1 points per game and managed just 28 sacks all season. That's not good enough if we're serious about competing at the highest level. Bringing Crosby into the fold, alongside Montez Sweat, could be a game-changer. Imagine a pass rush with both Crosby and Sweat rushing the passer. That would mean a combined 23 sacks, maybe even more, giving the Bears a real shot at flipping the script on offenses. Plus, the addition of Crosby would help us reduce ground yards allowed, cutting that number by about 21%, which is huge when you're trying to shut down teams like the Packers and Lions. The impact on the team's overall performance would be massive. With Crosby's presence, Chicago's pressure rate could jump from around 28% to close to 39%, creating mismatches against guards and forcing turnovers. His TFL numbers would skyrocket, and his ability to get into the backfield consistently would elevate the entire defense, turning it into a top 8 unit, similar to the Bears' defenses in 2022. This kind of upgrade could lead to an increase in forced turnovers, perhaps around 13 more turnovers per season, which is a huge boost for a team that needs to generate more takeaways to win close games. And let's talk about the bigger picture. Adding Crosby significantly boosts the Bears' Super Bowl odds. According to betting odds, with Crosby, Chicago's chances to reach Super Bowl LXI could jump from plus 4,000 to plus 2,000. That's a 50% increase. It's similar to what the Steelers experienced after acquiring T.J. Watt in 2023. That kind of boost in the betting world reflects how pivotal a player like Crosby can be, especially in the playoffs. Facing mobile quarterbacks like Justin Fields, Crosby's ability to pressure and contain scramble plays could be a real X-factor. His EPA per snap of -0.48 and a win rate of 32% show he's a disruptive force that can tilt the field in the Bears' favor. Now, some fans might wonder about the implications for the Raiders. They're clearly in a rebuild, and losing Crosby would hurt their immediate competitiveness. But they're also betting on the future, prioritizing draft capital and cap flexibility to rebuild their roster. The Raiders focus on fixing their offensive line, which allowed a league-high 58 sacks in 2025, shows they're aiming for a long-term overhaul. Extending that rebuild, they're also looking at young talent like Brock Bowers, and shedding Crosby's hefty cap hit makes room for those investments. For us Bears fans, this move would be a statement. We're serious about contending again. Adding Crosby would send a message that we're all in on making a playoff run, and that we're committed to building a top-tier defense that can carry us deep into the postseason. It's a move that echoes the monsters of the Midway legacy, a franchise that's always been about tough, relentless defense. And if Chicago can land a player of Crosby's caliber, it's not just about this season. It's about laying the foundation for multiple Super Bowl runs in the future. Of course, nothing's guaranteed in the NFL, and trades of this magnitude always come with risks. But the potential rewards are enormous. A pass rush with Crosby and Sweat would strike fear into any quarterback, especially in a division where teams like Green Bay and Detroit are always looking to air it out. Plus, his presence would elevate the entire defense, making it easier for our secondary to shine, forcing more turnovers, and creating a hostile environment for opposing offenses. It's about transforming our defense from a weakness into a strength, something that could really set us apart as we chase that elusive next Super Bowl. In conclusion, this trade scenario is more than just a rumor. It's a potential game changer for the Chicago Bears. It signals a bold, aggressive approach to building a championship-caliber team. If we can bring Crosby to Soldier Field, it's not just about adding a star. It's about igniting a defensive revolution that echoes the glory days of the monsters of the Midway. Imagine a defense that can pressure the quarterback relentlessly, stop the run effectively, and create turnovers that lead to easy points. That's the kind of team we need to contend for titles, and it looks like the stars might be aligning for that to happen. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster trade? Do you think Crosby is the missing piece to finally get us back to the Super Bowl? Or do you believe the price is too high? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinions mean a lot to us and to the Bears. Remember, this is just the beginning. I'll be back soon with more updates, insights, and analysis on everything Bears related. So stay tuned, keep rooting for our team, and let's keep the passion alive. After all, we're the monsters of the Midway, and we're destined for greatness.